What we're going to talk about today, as I was just sharing with our friends in our Zoom, is that all things practice growth with the tools that I'm just losing my mind over. They are such cool tools. So I'm going to do my very best to be as efficient as possible, to put these gifts in front of you in a way that makes sense to your brain and mind. Does that sound good? Okay. Courtney, are you with me on Facebook?
I'm not seeing it yet, but I'm going to keep
It's
trying.
on facebook.com/jody.dinnerman, and I see myself live here.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm actually going to tag you, Courtney, at Courtney. Thank goodness for Courtney, you guys. If you haven't met her yet, she is our rock star operations manager, and she makes everything go round and round. Okay, I just tagged you, Courtney. So, you know, I was just saying to a friend of mine, practicing today is so different than practicing before the pandemic because people have less patience, like time patience, like they have less room to wait. They have more expectations and everything is one click oriented. Unless you are really gifted and your reputation precedes you, people are not going to wait around. People are going to lose their patience. People are going to want to have the solutions put in front of them because that's just the speed at which things are moving. If we want to lollygaggle and we want to take our time, that happens after we nurture our practice members to get them in and schedule them. Once they're in and they love us, they're at our party, and then we can go at whatever pace it works for us. But to get them on our schedule, to earn trust with them, especially in today's market, especially when everybody has some kind of deal up their sleeve, there are a few things that you want to put in place. And my hope is that today we're going to go over those few things together. I will say, if you're joining us on Facebook, I'm going to drop a couple of gifts to our Facebook friends. I have 5,000 friends at this point on Facebook. So our lovely Courtney is going to be dropping a couple of gifts your way. If you are joining us in the Zoom, that means that you're one of our clients and you're going to get a whole lot of good stuff coming to you. If you are one of our sweeties, meaning you are using our all-in-one kick-ass client communication software program, we are going to take the second half of this training and talk about how these things are relevant to the practice suite. So hang tight. I promise you I'll get to your questions. Okay, with all of that being said, my internet has been going out. My dog is barking. What else happened? We had food poisoning in our house yesterday, and Zoom decided to change its algorithm this morning. So please be patient with me as I find all of the different nuances to make this work for you. Okay, so last night I posted a post about the things I want to go over today. One is a link tree. What is it? Why is it beneficial? Why do you need one? Two is a dot card, which actually Courtney's going to share her research on the dot card with us. Three is the concept of a funnel. What is a funnel? I'm sure a lot of you have heard funnel this, funnel that, landing page this, landing page that, lead magnet this, lead magnet that. I'm going to spend about 10 minutes on that whole concept. The fourth is the concept of QR codes. What are they for and why do I want to know about them? The fifth is a CV, which is basically a personalized, lovely, branded resume. But it has, when I say personalized, it has more of like your story and what you're passionate about and the cool things that make you unique. Then I'm going to give you my growth tips. If you're joining us on Facebook, there's a PDF I'm going to throw your way on growth tips. I'm going to review real quickly what not to ever do on a website and what to always do on a website. I'm going to give you an offer of a free audit for your website. Cool. We're going to go over that in the next 40 minutes. That's my goal. So let's start with a link tree. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. There we are on Facebook, and let's go to a link tree. Okay, so What we're going to do is we're going to look at the Linktree examples in the practice suite. We have all of these examples. And again, if you're a sweetie, we're going to go over these examples together in a bit. But let's go ahead and look at the white green theme Linktree. So basically what a link tree is it's one place for all of your contact information. We have this whole battle going on in the Staffless Practice team. Is it two words or one? And it looks like Linktree, one word, is an actual company, linktree.com, that offers a Linktree product, but a linked tree is a different thing, okay? So basically it's where do people get in touch with you? Where are all of your points of contact? And this is the thing that you will always have. The link to your link tree is the thing you'll always have at the bottom of your email. You will have it on your business card, and Courtney's actually going to go over the dot cards in a minute. You can have it wherever. You can have it on your website. You can have it go to have a QR code go to it. And what we give to our sweeties is we say, okay, let's get you registered for a link tree, and all you have to do is give us your information. You give us your headshot, we show you how, we give you a template for it. We ask you for the URLs that you want it to go to, what you want the buttons to be called. You submit it and boom, it gets set up. And I think it takes like 3 seconds to set this up. So that's a link tree. This is so that, again, practicing today is very different than practicing pre-pandemic. People want to know how to contact you. They want your brand to be personalized. They want it to be carried wherever they look. They see, man, it's just Jody's look. There's something about what she's doing that just piques my interest. Anybody knows me and has been following me around, you know that pink color that's on all of our branding. My link tree would be pink because that's my brand, right? So we teach you how to do all of that stuff. So that is a link tree. The next thing I want to go over, I'm going to stop sharing. Courtney, if you can take the stage and just share about the dot cards and what you learned in your research. I can't hear you, love.
So if everyone can see my screen, a dot card is a networking tool. It's a digital networking device, and it works through connecting your information to anyone with a device. So you can load things on here, like your contact information, your socials, any pay links that you have to things like courses, links to your website. Basically, any way you want people to be able to connect to you, you can create that on your contact information on the dot website. It is a one-time purchase. There's no subscription fees or ongoing costs. So you buy, whatever type of device. They have several. If I scroll down here, you can see they have several ways in order to connect. But it's a one-time expense, so there's no ongoing costs. And what it means is anyone with a device, a phone, Android or iPhone, you can tap the dot product anywhere near their phone, and it will immediately open up all of that contact information that you have stored on their page, and they can then save you as a contact to their phone. So without having to be like, oh, what's your number? What's your website? Oh, give me your IG tag or anything like that. You can just instantly tap this right on the back of their phone and it opens up and they can save everything all at once. The costs range from $20 up to about $75 for the most customizable version of this. So it's a very low barrier to entry, very low cost in general, but it enables you to be immediately accessible to anyone you see in the grocery store, in your practice, or just out and about in your general daily life. So lots of good info here, and I'll let Jody know kind of where she wants to take it from here.
Awesome, thanks. I thought this was super impressive. It was actually the president of Sherman College. I was at New Beginnings Chiropractic Seminar and I'm like, hey, yeah, let's connect with each other. And he just takes out his dot card. He's like, tap it. And I tapped it and boom, his contact went into my phone. So I thought it was impressive. Like it made me think this guy's on his game, you know? Okay, so the next thing I want to go over with you is the concept of a funnel. So let's start lead magnet and then funnel. and then talk about the different components of a funnel. Because I know that you guys hear these words thrown around, and people who are throwing them make the assumption that you understand what they're talking about. I want to just wipe the slate clean so that we're all on the same page, okay? Let's say that you do this thing, and this is the one problem that you solve. Let's say you are the person who is absolutely brilliant when it comes to taking care of moms right after they had a baby. Whether you're a massage therapist or a doula or a chiropractor or a PT, that's your jam. So the idea is that you create this thing, this freebie, this what we call a lead magnet, because it's actually creating a magnetic force to your leads, which are practice members waiting to happen. And the lead magnet would be a freebie. It would be, or it could be a low dollar item. It might be a 10 tips to bounce back after having a baby, or things you never want to say in front of your kids, even if they don't understand words yet. Like that, those would be examples of great lead magnets, right? And when you have the lead magnet, it's like the carrot that you're dangling, right? You want to create a funnel that gets them to that lead magnet. So, and then you want to create a funnel to get them to after the lead magnet. So the funnel might be step one, you have a landing page, which is a one-page website that says, hey, come on over and get this free carrot, this free lead magnet. It's a picture of the thing. It shows them a little bit about it. It's enough to entice them. You're talking to your perfect practice member. You're using words that resonate with them. And then once they give you their name, their email, some people choose phone number, some people don't choose phone number, automatically the funnel will then send them an email, send them a text message, maybe send them a voicemail drop if you're using a practice suite. And then there might be a second page in the funnel that's like, wait, it's not over yet. You might also want to get a subscription to our blog or our podcast or what. And that would be yet another low ticket item that's maybe a little bit more than the initial lead magnet. And then it ends in maybe one more offer. Some people will stop the buck at just the lead magnet so that you can collect email, phone, and then you can nurture them from there. Some people want to go all the way up to like a $1,000 offer or $1,500 offer. I'm going to announce right now, I haven't even told Courtney this, our boot camp for December is how to create an online course using a practice suite. So we're going to go over how do you do a funnel, a lead magnet for something like a course, even if it's like a 3-class or a 3-lesson course, just to educate your practice members a little bit more about why you're the best thing since sliced bread. So that's a funnel, a lead magnet, a landing page. And what I want to do now is I want to show you how this shows up in a practice suite. So wait, hold on. There we go. So if you're in your, if you have a practice suite, and again, we're going to go into this in detail when we hop off of Facebook, but I want to show you, hold on. And again, we're going to go into this in detail. I want to show you the initial setup of it. In Sites, you have this funnels tab, and you guys, there are hundreds of funnels for you to choose from. You choose, the sky is truly the limit, as my buddy Eric says. I'm always saying that, but there are so many different funnels in here waiting for you. A funnel is different than a website because a funnel takes you to the next place and then the next place and then the next place. A website is like, hi, you're here on our website. Like maybe click from page to page, but we're not taking you on such a journey. A funnel is more of a storyboard that carries somebody through a course of action or a sequence of events to get closer and closer and closer to you and your offer. Okay, I wanted to go over that today. That was really important to me. I promise you guys I'm going to take questions in a little bit. Let's go into QR codes. So these, again, big picture, these are all of the things that we can use as tools. Like, hey, here's a tool, here's another tool. Think of like a barber, and the barber has the scissors, the barber has the comb, the barber has the spray bottle. These are the tools in your toolbox to share your practice with the world. Pick one, pick 5, just pick something and move it forward. If you keep saying wherever you're spinning your wheels, and I like to use the analogy of being stuck in an ice bank when it's snowing, going. You just keep pressing the gas and the wheels are spinning and the wheels are spinning. If you're finding yourself there when it comes to growing your practice, you have to first identify what's keeping the foot on the gas. Like, what needs to be relieved? What is not working? Where does a spade need to be called a spade? Most of the time, it's because you have tools that are either outdated, not relevant to your practice, or it might even be the initial problem where you don't know that one problem that you're solving. And that's 2 master classes back. Okay, so a QR code is one of these tools that's super cool. Basically, you take this really funky code that the computer generates for you. You tell the code where to point people to when it's used, and someone can just hold up their smartphone, hold it up to the code, and it will open that website wherever you want it to go. You can take it a step. So for example, let's say I see Wendy and I run into her at the airport and she's like, oh, you really should follow what I'm doing. I'm doing some really cool stuff. Why don't you just scan this code right here? And she might, if she doesn't have a dot card because she's just not hip with the times yet, she might pull up her QR code on like a photo that's saved on her, or it might even be my QR code. Look, you guys, it's literally my business card is my QR code. And you can try this. Go ahead and scan my QR code. You'll see that it works, right? This is all of my contact information. And then if I scan that thing, it'll go to, when I was creating this, wherever I wanted to send people to, okay? Wendy can save this as a photo on her camera, on her phone. She can make these business cards up. She can make a sticker. She can make a poster. I love the idea of putting a QR code on the back of a t-shirt. Let's say you're a fitness chiropractor or a fitness PT. Get your QR code on the back of a t-shirt and wear the t-shirt and go work out, you guys. It will become a conversation starter. Put it on the front of the t-shirt and say, put it right over it. Ask me what this is. And it will start the conversation so that you can say, oh, well, I'm your chiropractor. Didn't you know you were looking for me, right? So I do want to take you over to the practice suite to show you how this shows up there. Okay. In Sites, that button again, you can go to QR codes. And there's one that's already made for you. And you tell us when you're setting up your suite, send the QR code to this. This is where I want it to go to. We get that all set up for you. The cool thing about this QR code, so I would click on this. I'm going to go edit. I would grab this QR code and put it wherever I want it to be. And then I tell the system where to send people when they click the QR code. Okay. The cool thing is that you can set up workflows to this. Like if someone takes a picture of your QR code, you can actually capture their information, and that information will then go onto a workflow where you send them an email, you send them a text, and yada, yada, yada. Okay. Okay, so that is QR codes. The next thing is CVs. So the CV, Courtney, is the first thing we're actually going to drop in the Zoom channel. So if you're one of our private clients, you're getting a copy of this because I love you and I can. Jody, why do you give all this stuff away? Because I love you and I can. And if someone had given me all this stuff when I was new in practice or just starting over, it would have saved me so many hours that I could have been hanging out with my kids or whatever, right? A CV is that personalized, lovely resume. I think this one I really love. I think it's beautiful and I think it's worth its weight in gold. I've handed this to so many different people. And what we're doing is we're actually giving you a blank copy of this. So if you're in our Zoom, you've got this. This is a Canva template. So if you want the actual template of it, we'll put it where this recording is, okay? So that you can just click on the Canva template and start using your own. The concept is you put your photo, obviously you're gonna change it to your brand colors. Not everybody likes my F13749 color. You put your tagline. If you don't have a tagline, please hit me up. Your personal statement, like I'm committed to serving whole family care to Hunterdon County since 2000. That would be my statement or my tagline, whatever. And then I start listing my accomplishments. And it's not like my deadlift is 263 pounds. There it is, you guys, right? It's more like I have a doctorate. I went and studied at English at Rutgers. I at whatever it is. My personal accomplishments, I would probably put under other accomplishments, like I'm an active member of sobriety since 1992. I've been sober. That's a big accomplishment. I have overcome autoimmune disease. I've done some really big things that, quite frankly, I thought were going to break me, and they didn't. They made me stronger. So I would probably put them here. And then my greatest loves on my CV, I actually have my kids, Kai and Quinn, and my husband, Jim, who totally floats my boat. So that's an example of a CV. Can you imagine all of the places that you could use this? And again, what I want to do, what I'm hungry to do, is make this as easy as pie for you. Like, just get the template and change the colors in Canva and make it your own. That's a CV. One of the things that we are in the process of doing is, when you get to the point in your Linktree registration, you can actually use your CV as one of the options in your Linktree. So again, we build your Linktree for you in the practice suite, and you can choose your CV as one of the points of contact in your Linktree. So it kind of all comes together. Okay, I did want to show you a download that I used. I used this I think it's actually a couple of years old. It's just a basic, you guys, this is me walking my talk. This is a lead magnet. And the idea, if I was really working my game, is I would ask for your email and your phone number in order to give it to you, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to ask my friend Courtney to drop the PDF. We might not actually be able to drop the actual PDF, and I think she's texting me that now. So we can just use this URL for that. So I'm going to go ahead and copy, and I'm going to drop this here. Let's see if you guys can get access to that. So, wait, where am I? Okay, there we go. This is just a really quick, this is a great example of a lead magnet. I threw together my top 10 ways to grow your practice with fun and joy front and center. If you are one of our sweeties, this is going to be in the recording of your boot camp. We're also going to put it in the club group wherever you're watching this video. So I promise you, you'll get access. Everybody will have access to this. Okay, let's go over website do's and don'ts. We're moving through this pretty quickly, and I'm really happy about that. So let's go to thepracticesuite.com/home. I get people knocking on our door all the time saying, Jody, I just don't understand why my practice website is not growing my practice for me. I hear these things all the time. And the first thing I'll say is, well, what's your URL? And they'll have me go to it in a meeting, and I'll look at it, and I look for a few basic things. The first thing I do is I look for one place to click before I scroll my mouse. That's going to get me right to where I want to send the person to. So if this was my private practice, there would be a button front and center that says new patient schedule here. And it would be bright yellow so that they couldn't miss it when they go onto my website, right? It's not lost with all of these moving things and all of this stuff. So if you guys are, there we go. If you want me to take a look at what you're currently doing with your website, Courtney's going to go ahead and drop in the Facebook page as well as the Zoom channel, the link to book a free audit with me, and let me just take a look. You actually get this whole fancy report so we can look at how your website's currently doing. So the first thing is, before the scroll starts, I want to know where to click. You see this green button right here, Get Started Today. There's no question as to whether or not where I start there. That's where you start, right? The second thing I want to see is, I want to see a chat widget. You see this little guy right here? It's pink. It says, hi, Staffless team here. How can we help you? I click, I put my name, my phone number. I'm going to actually fill this out. Let's do it. Jody, phone number is 908-399-3499. Email is drjody@gostaffless.com. And messages, you rock. You rock. Okay, and then let me go over to my practice suite and watch what happens when I click submit. Okay, watch this window right here. This is our conversations window. This is the Staffless Practice suite that you're looking at. And I'm going to go ahead and click submit on this website and send. And there I am. Right? And there's my message. And it's like, I don't have to wait a year to get back to somebody. They will then automatically get a message saying, hey, I see that you're checking out our website. How can we help? So that's called a chatbot. And I want everybody who's watching this to promise me that you are going to have a chatbot on your website from this point forward. There is no reason to not have it. The bottom line with SEO, guys, is that with your website, Google wants to see people clicking. So if people are clicking, whether it's on a chatbot or a button that there's no creative burden on the visitor, your SEO ratings, we have a bunch of other tips and tricks, but those are the main ones. Not too many places up here to click. Make it very clear who you serve and what you do for them before they start scrolling, because people have an attention span of how long? 3 seconds. So that's what you want to think about. Okay. And I already went over free audits. I do want to announce while we're live on Facebook what we just did, because it's kind of crazy. So we just completely rebranded our education area for the practice suite. If you are a sweetie, as long as you're logged into course.thepracticesuite.com, these are the courses that you will now see in your Learn button. If you go and you click this button, Learn, this is what you should see. And our Get Started course right here, this is where we collect, there's a ready, a set, and a go, right? Ready is we collect all of your information and we build your basic workflows for you. We build you a workflow for Google reviews, website connections, creating a link tree, new practice member nurturing, reactivations, new leads. We do all of that for you. If you already have a practice suite and those things were not done for you, go over to this course that's called Start Here in your Learn button and just walk through and fill out the type forms and we'll get it done for you. Okay, I am going to stop sharing. I'm going to remove my live on Facebook. If you're watching us on Facebook, I'm loving you from here. Go serve the world better with great care, and thanks for paying attention today. And then okay, the live stream is stopped. In my Zoom, hi guys, I first want to take questions from people who have questions that are not related to the suite. Do you have any questions about what I just went over? Woo! I pulled it off, didn't I, Courtney? Any questions at all about what I just went over? Okay, so if you are not part of the practice suite and you don't want to hear about it, this is the time to jump off. If you are part of the practice suite, I do want to slow down and go over what I just showed you guys about, hey, check this out. These are the new offers for you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording.